What's up, everyone? Christian Duke, Mid-Atlantic Muscle. Here we are Tuesday night, and we have a very special guest. But before we talk to our very special guest, of course, I'd like to remind everyone about the upcoming 2018 NPC Natural Virginia in Manassas, Virginia, June 23rd. This is a national qualifier. Everyone is talking about this competition. I will be at that show, as well as many from Mid-Atlantic Muscle. Also, next week, we have the NPC Olympia Tan Natural Eastern USA in Pittsburgh. Our very, very good friend, R.D. Caldwell Jr. will be guest posing. R.D. Caldwell won the middleweight and the overall at the 2014 NPC Team Universe. He's a fantastic poser. He's never written the choreography to a posing routine, and he put out a video today on Instagram that you should check out where he talks about just that. Also, the following Saturday, March 24th, is the NPC Affordable Athletic Supplements Northern Kentucky Grand Prix Championships in Covington, Kentucky. That's March 24th. I will also be at that show, as well as many from Mid-Atlantic Muscle, so you do not want to miss Jeff and Angie Sherman's competition. It's going to be fantastic. The after party, the host hotel, there's going to be so much going on that you do not want to miss. Also, tonight at midatlanticmuscle.net, we will be releasing a video from the Arnold, taped by our very own technical producer, Hector Mendoza, who also works for MD Latino, and it features Rick Bayardi, Gary Udit, Jimmy Hornbeck, Jeff and Angie Sherman, and so many others. It is a fantastic look into how easy it is to register, from getting your NPC card to getting your number to having your height taken. It's a fantastic video, and it will be available at midatlanticmuscle.net. So be sure to check that out. And finally, I want to remind everyone to please go to your app store, whether you have a Droid or an iPhone, and download the Gary Udit Events app. The Gary Udit's event app will give you all the information for trainers, coaches, competitors, and fans as far as each and every show goes. And if you want more information on the NPC Natural Virginia, the NPC Natural Eastern USA, or the NPC Northern Kentucky Grand Prix Championships, be sure to log on to GaryUdit.com. Finally, I want to thank all of our great sponsors, Olympia Tan, for that excellent tan that you want on stage, BB Custom Suits, which will make you a suit for the stage, or they also do alterations of hand-me-downs, so be sure, if you get a hand-me-down, be sure to take it to BB Custom Suits and get it altered, so this way the suit will look best on you. Also, the very best supplement store in Northern Kentucky, and you can order from anywhere in the country, affordable athletic supplements. Be sure to check them out. And finally, of course, Iron Mag Labs, which has all of your supplement needs, pre-workouts, liver aids, muscle builders, and so much more. So, I am hoping that our guest is here, and I don't see her. So, let's see here. Now, we were over at my other page, and it worked out. She's on her iPad. And again, I really want to thank our guest, Brittney Hope Wellman, because not here, but she's on multiple devices and just doing everything possible to join us. And there she is.
Hi, guys.
What's up?
Hopefully we can get this thing to work this time. So...
yeah, I think it's going to work great. It's just technology, these, everything's about technology nowadays, but like one day these things are going to take over the world. And I was even telling Brittney how Instagram's got a horrendous lag problem. So, I've got to wait a second and she's got to wait a second, so there's no overlap. But first and foremost, I really thank you for being here tonight.
Well, thank you so much for asking me to be a part of this. I think it's very important to continue to keep everybody in the know as far as what's going on, what competitions are coming up, and who to go to for everything as far as tan, suits, and makeup and all that. So it's awesome that you do this for people.
Thank you so much. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Obviously, you're from Kentucky, but what part of Kentucky and what brought you to weight training and, of course, competing?
Well, I live in Eastern Kentucky. I live in Grayson. I have been competing since 2013. I started working out just to kind of get in shape. I've never been into lifting or anything. So I just started out wanting to lose weight. That's how I got in the gym. And then the first trainer I hired talked me into competing. And so I started working out in January, and I competed for the first time in October of 2013. And I actually won my first show and fell in love with it ever since. So
That's really cool. And again, so you started in January, and by October, you knew that you wanted to compete, which is really, really cool. What was the whole process?
But that was my very first show. And I am a bikini competitor. So whenever I first did that competition, I had little to zero muscle tone at all. I just got really skinny, and luckily that's what they wanted at the time. And I've competed like 12 times, I think, since then in 5 years, which is an incredible amount. But over the years, I've really put on a decent amount of muscle. So for bikini, they don't want you to be very lean, but they do want a nice, curvy, full muscle. And so I've tried to balance out everything that I can. I've always done very well. I've never not placed in the top 5. So this year, hopefully, will be a national level stage. So hopefully that's on the horizon for 2018.
What would you say is like the highlight of each competition for you?
Gosh, as far as being a competitor, the best part of the show is prejudging. You know, that's pretty much, as a bikini athlete, prejudging that's the show, essentially. Like, you go out, and I am a nervous wreck before everyone, and it never goes away. I don't know. But the most exciting part for me is the call outs. To be in that first call out and to work your way to the middle, there is no greater feeling than that. So all the months and months of dieting and training, it is all worth it to be in that first call out and to win. So that is my favorite thing as a competitor. And even as a spectator, the highlight of a show for me is watching the men's bodybuilding posing routines at the night show. That is the best part to me, because it's so incredible to see how they can put their whole package together and put on an amazing show.
Let's put it this way. What shows do you think, or what shows would you like to do this year?
Well, a very important thing that I have learned over the years of competing is to don't prep for a show. Prep your body and do the show that your body tells you it's ready for. Because I used to just jump into shows because, I want to go and do this show. And then I'll go up there and not be at my best. So a show that I would like to do this year is actually in Owensboro, Kentucky, for the Kentucky Open Kentucky State Show, which is August 18th. That would be the one that I would love to do, to be my first show of 2018, but we'll see what happens.
Well, that's a Gene and Goose show, and that's an amazing competition, and I'm sure they're going to be very happy to hear. And if they don't hear, I'll be sure to message them and let them know that that's a show that you would really do. That was a heck of a great, answer. And it's really sad in their case too, because I used to love the show. They tore the place down. They had no choice. I mean, I think I think you'd had to like basically drag them out of there. That's how much they love that venue. And again, the beauty of it though is that the venue that they have in Owensboro, I don't know if you've seen the pictures, but it's absolutely breathtaking. All right, guys, so that was a good interview. There was, a lot of technical like little glitches and all that. I hope the audio is okay. I know that a lot of folks sometimes complain that there's like echoes in the background and all that. Gabe Long, I'm not familiar with who you are, but send me a DM, and if we can have you on, here's the thing. Everyone that comes on Mid-Atlantic Muscle needs to be pre-approved by our executive producers, Gary Udit and Rick Biardi. They are the drivers. I am in the back seat with Jimmy Hornbeck and Hector Mendoza and John Powers. It's a very big back seat. Okay, I have a window seat. I'm sure Jimmy's got one. We're basically crushing Hector and John between us, but that's okay because we got there first. But what I'm saying is everything's got to get checked through Rick and Gary. Finally, I'd just like to reiterate one more time. The NPC Natural Virginia in Manassas, Virginia. It's a national qualifier, June 23rd, 2018. Make sure to mark your calendars. I will be there, God willing. I like to say God willing. Next week, the NPC Olympia Tan Natural Eastern USA featuring guest poser 2014 Team Universe overall champion and current IFBB Classic men's physique competitor R.D. Caldwell Jr. And the week after that, March 24th in Covington, Kentucky, the 2018 NPC Affordable Athletic Supplements Northern Kentucky Grand Prix Championships. For information on the Natural Virginia, the Natural Eastern USA, and the Natural Northern Kentucky Grand Prix Championships, make sure to log on to GaryUdit.com and be sure to get over to your app store, whether you have an Android or an iPhone, and download the Gary Udit Events app today. Literally takes 20 seconds, and you'll thank me for it. So again, guys, thank you so very much. Please spread the word about Mid-Atlantic Muscle. Hashtag us, tag us on your photos, and hopefully we will do an interview with you soon. And again, for those of you that tried to join the chat tonight unsuccessfully, I'm sorry. Just send me a DM here at Mid-Atlantic Muscle or my private account at Strength Addicts, and if our executive producers okay it, you might be on next. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.